Hello everybody, I'm Chris Provost and I've got a lot to talk to you today. And I know that my background is a little bit different than what it normally is because I'm not in my studio. Where am I? I'm in Florida. Florida! And the reason I'm down here in Florida is because I was invited to go to the cast member preview of Tron, and boy, howdy, was it amazing. I have a whole video coming about Tron, the history of Tron, experiences of Tron, all the trivia about Tron. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. So make sure you hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button so that way you're notified when that video comes out tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I'm very proud of this Tron video coming out. We did a lot of research, a lot of cool things about Tron for the Tron video coming out. But we need to talk today about Bob Iger and what just happened. Bob Iger just had his earnings call, and I'm going to break it down and talk to you about what's going on, what's going to be happening, what I predict will be going on with the future of Disney. Now, before we get to all that, I need to kind of break down what is an earnings call in case people don't know. If your company is a publicly traded company, public, by that what they mean is it's traded on the stock market or on NASDAQ, every 3 months, the CEO has to get up and do an investors earning call where they get up and they talk about the health of the company. And they can't just get up there and be like, the company's great, look over here, la da da da. They actually have to show up by numbers. They have to reveal the books and it lets the investors know, people who want to buy stock, like the health of the company. How's it doing? Is it going up? Is it going down? Now, if you guys remember, Bob Chapek, he did Q4, the call for quarter number 4, and it was disaster. They said that Disney was going to lose about $1.5 billion, and after that, Chapek was let go. Bob Iger was brought back in. Now, Bob Iger just had his very first ever earnings call since he's been reinstated as CEO. Now, a lot of people think that the current earnings calls always happen on a calendar year, like every 3 months. Not really necessarily. About 60% of companies on the stock market do that. Disney does not. Disney is off calendar. Disney's their Q1 phone call was yesterday. Their quarter ended. Their first quarter ended on February 7th. Then their quarter number 2 is going to end on February 8th. And then quarter number 3 is going to end on August 9th. And quarter number 4 is going to end on November 11th. Now, right when the quarter ends, that's when the CEO then has this investors earnings call and they talk about the health of the company. Bob Iger just got done with Q1. They call it Q1 for quarter 1. You might hear that term a lot. People say it's Q1 or what's the forecast of Q2. They're talking about that particular quarter of what's going on. Now, large companies put a heavy emphasis on Q1. Now, they'll always say that every quarter is created equally. Kind of. But in Q1, there is a lot of pressure because if a company gets behind on their earnings and what they're supposed to be doing in Q1, then the rest of the year, investors lose confidence. So they'll always try for Q1 to come out swinging and show how awesome it's going to be and how good it's going to be. And Bob Iger had a lot to talk about. And he talked about some things I understand, some things I don't understand. And so we're going to kind of break it down and talk to you about what he just did. The first thing that Bob Iger did is that he said he's going to make the Disney Corporation have 3 pillars, like 3 verticals that they're going to be focusing on. The first one is Disney Entertainment. The second pillar is ESPN. And the third pillar is Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products. Now, Disney Parks, Experience, and Products, that also includes like cruise lines and all that. Disney Parks, Experience, and Products is a huge bucket. And then the Disney Entertainment one, that's also a huge bucket. The one that was a little surprising to me was ESPN having their own vertical all by themselves. That was a little shocking to me. I didn't quite understand that. And that's, it is what it is. And I had to read the transcript multiple times because I kept thinking that he meant to say Disney Entertainment and ESPN as one vertical, but he didn't. ESPN is all by itself. And the reason probably for that is because ESPN is profitable and Bob Iger is probably like, hey, we're not going to touch you. You're good to go. I didn't quite understand. Does that mean like Marvel, Fox, Pixar, Lucasfilm? I think that's all now under the first pillar of Disney Entertainment, even though ESPN is entertainment, it's off by itself. So that's the first thing that Bob Iger did. Now, if you remember, I did a video a while ago and talking about who are the top 4 candidates who could possibly be CEO. And 3 of them that I talked about heavily in that video were mentioned in this Q1 call. First is Dana Walden and Alan Bergman. Bob Iger says, effective immediately, Dana Walden and Alan Bergman are going to be in charge of this first vertical here of Disney Entertainment. And that's not really surprising to me because I know that Bob Iger seems to trust both of them a lot. And it seems like to me he is probably grooming one of them to become the new CEO possibly. Dana Walden, incredibly smart and bright. She has a lot of experience in media. She was the president of Fox, and now she's moving over to Disney Entertainment. And then Alan Bergman, he has probably the deepest connections of anybody in Hollywood. He knows everybody and he makes good relationships with everybody. And so they probably are going to lean into both of their expertise to run this Disney Entertainment area. Over here, in this side over here, parks, and over here, parks, products, and everything there. Josh D'Amaro is still in charge of that, all of that. Now, Bob Iger did say, he's like, hey, he goes, I'm proud of what we're doing here, but he needs to cut $5.5 billion out of from the budget to lower things down, so to kind of curtail some of the spending. And $3 billion with the B, that's going to come from this first column, from Disney Entertainment. The other $2.5 billion is going to come from strategic cuts, he said. And so what he said is that they're going to be laying off about 7,000 employees. 7,000. Now, in October of 2020, since Disney is a publicly traded company, they had to file everything. And in that filing, it shows that Disney, as a company, has 220,000 employees. That means they're going to be letting 7,000 of them go. That's just north. It's about 3.16 or so percent of the workforce is going to be let go. That here to kind of keep, everybody's like, well, whose jobs are going to be cut? I think over here, this column over here, the Disney side, the Disney parks and experience and the cruise lines, I think they're probably pretty safe. Right now, this area over here is very profitable. They're doing very well under the Josh D'Amaro side, so they probably don't want to really mess with that. I don't think the parks are going to be affected. The parks are being very lucrative right now for Disney. They don't have any bad morale there with the parks. They want to keep the cast members happy. And then also this middle part here, ESPN. That was just a shock, and Bob Iger seems really happy at the ESPN, so I don't think a lot of areas are there. It's probably over here in the entertainment side. And one of the things he said, that $3 billion is going to come from entertainment, is it's going to come from cost-cutting measures of producing content. What's happened is Disney Plus, for the first time since its launch in 2019, had a loss of subscribers. People are unsubscribing to the Disney Plus area. They lost 2.4 million subscribers in this last quarter. That is a massive concern for Disney because Disney's poured a lot of money into their streaming content and a lot of money into their entertainment, and they are not getting a lot of money. They're losing money there. So that's probably where the layoff side is going to be, coming from that side. Okay, now one of the reasons why I'm thinking it's going to happen in the entertainment area is because traditionally what just happened recently at Warner Brothers they let go of a bunch of people. Vox Media let a bunch of people. Discovery let people go off. And there have been a lot of layoffs in the entertainment side. It's not just Disney. This is literally going on in most of the entertainment companies worldwide. So that's another reason why I'm kind of leaning, I think it's going to happen in the entertainment. I don't know where. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to be happening. I think that they're going to be taking a deep look into that to try to figure that out. Now, what I think happened also is that Bob Iger probably went to like Dana Walden and to Alan Bergman, and he told them, he's like, you guys better start making some hits. I need bona fide hits to go to the movie theaters. And he goes, that's your job. Make sure this is happening. The reason I think that is because the last couple movies that they had, Lightyear came out that didn't do very well. Strange World was kind of a bomb for Disney. And he probably told us, like, no more of these bombs. I want hits. It has to be hits. And I think that Dana and Alan probably went back to all their creative people and told everybody, like, we have to have amazing movies coming out. So when you put that type of pressure on people, do they create brand new original content? No, they don't. What do? They go to what the tried and true well of what they know is going to be good. And that's exactly what Disney's done. They announced on this earnings call, what do they announce? Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5 is going to be coming out. Because we know for a fact, everybody knows, if they make a Toy Story, they can make Buzz and Woody reading a phone book. We're going to go watch it because we love it. And so they're going to make Toy Story 5. Disney, if you're watching this, I doubt that you are, but if you are watching this, please put Buzz and Woody back together with a child that loves them both equally, and that the toys make the child happy, and they're just happy. Just get them back together with a toy that really appreciates them. That's all I ask. Number 2, they announced Frozen 3. Of course they did, because Frozen is just a printing press of money for them. They know that's going to be, so of course, Frozen 3. And then they announced Zootopia 2. Now, Zootopia 2, that's not really much of a surprise. The first Zootopia made over $1 billion worldwide. And there's been talk a lot about doing a Zootopia 2, and sure, what happened is that I'm sure that they put this pressure, and they said, we need some hits. And it was like, Zootopia 2 is going to be coming out. So they announced that, so we know that that's going to be happening. So that's a kind of exciting little area for them, and I think that that's what they're trying to do, is write the strip and try to make this area here, the Disney media side, the Disney entertainment side, more profitable. Now, also on the call, that was very interesting to me. Bob Iger mentioned that Disneyland is going to be getting an Avatar experience. What does that mean? We don't know. Now, we're going to speculate. This is pure speculation at this point, just speculating. When he says Avatar experience, that can be anything from maybe like a walkthrough, looking at screens and a couple of topiaries and like some waxworks, or all the way up to an attraction. We don't know. It's very vague. I think one of the reasons they wanted to talk about that is Bob Iger wanted to let investors know, hey, by the way, we just did Avatar. It made $2.2 billion, the 4th highest grossing film ever. And I think he wanted to talk about that, so he needed to talk about that, and then he tied it in saying we're going to have an Avatar experience at Disneyland. I think this is kind of a little bit of a shell game, letting people like, hey, look what we've done here. It's going to apply here to Disneyland. I don't know what this attraction is going to be. I'm going to speculate, though, here for a moment. It's pure speculation. I have to always say that because this is speculation. I think that if they do an Avatar, an attraction, where would it go? Is it going to go with, Avatar, does that fit in Fantasyland? Is that Toontown? Tomorrowland, because it's in the future. It's definitely not Frontierland or New Orleans Square or Critic Country. I don't think it really fits into, it doesn't really fit into Disneyland, but on DCA, because you got to have Pandora, right? They got to drop Pandora in the world of Avatar. If you go to Disney California Adventure, you know where they have some room? This makes my heart a little sad. Monsters, Inc., and right next to it, you've got that huge, giant Avengers store. And right next to that, a little bit down, you've got Mickey's PhilharMagic. That whole area could be repurposed to be a mini Pandora, possibly. And maybe we have a Flight of Passage attraction at Disney California Adventure. Of course, it's just speculation. For all we know, it could just be some kind of virtual queue walkthrough when you talk about an Avatar experience. So this is what they have going on here. A lot is happening. I just want to say, I think the cast members at the parks, I think that you guys probably should feel pretty secure about your jobs. The areas that they're going to be looking at very heavily is going to be in Disney Entertainment over here. They're going to be looking for redundancies. Anything that's redundant, where two people are maybe doing the same job, that's probably the first area they're going to be looking at as redundancies. They're going to be looking at maybe people who they feel like maybe made bad decisions for Disney Plus with projects that didn't do very well. That might be another area they're trying to take a look at. And so they're going to be letting some of this workforce go, and it's going to be happening soon. So we'll wait and see. And as more things happen, I will let you know. Now, if you could, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And tomorrow, I am so excited. I can't even handle this. Tron. I am a big fan of Tron, and Tron is going to be coming out. We did a whole history of Tron. We've got a point of view of Tron. I got to ride the coaster. I'm show you everything you need to know about Tron. So hit that like button and then hit that subscribe button. And if you have that notification bell going, boom, pow, you'll be notified when that Tron video comes out tomorrow. All right, guys, put it down in the comments down below. Did I miss anything? What do you think? Did I explain it okay? If you have any questions, I'll try to read these comments and respond to your guys' questions the best that I can. Thank you, guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.